Welcome to this detailed summary of Naked Economics, Undressing the Dismal Science by Charles Wheelan. This book aims to demystify economics by stripping away complex jargon and presenting the subject in a clear and engaging way. Whether you're a beginner or someone looking to refresh your knowledge, Wheelan's insights will help you understand the core concepts of economics, such as incentives, markets, the role of government, and global trade. Let's dive into how these ideas shape the world around us in an easy-to-understand manner. Naked Economics, Undressing the Dismal Science by Charles Wheelan takes readers on a journey to understand the fundamental principles of economics without the heavy jargon or technical complexity often associated with the subject. From the very beginning, Wheelan emphasizes that economics is not just about numbers or abstract theories, it's about understanding human behavior and the choices we make as individuals, businesses, and governments. He seeks to make economics accessible to everyone by showing that it affects all aspects of life, from the job market to global trade to environmental policies. The book starts with a fundamental question: what is economics? Wheelan defines economics as the study of incentives, focusing on how people respond to changes in their environment. Every decision we make is influenced by incentives, whether it's deciding how much to work, how much to consume, or how to invest our money. In this context, economics is a science of decision-making, and understanding these incentives is key to understanding economic behavior. Wheelan stresses that the basic principles of economics can be applied to almost every aspect of life, from how individuals interact to how societies organize themselves. One of the first concepts Wheelan tackles is the role of markets. He explains how markets operate as mechanisms for allocating resources and distributing goods and services. By discussing supply and demand, he illustrates how prices act as signals that guide decisions. When the price of a good rises, producers are motivated to supply more of it, while consumers may be less willing to buy it. Conversely, when prices fall, consumers tend to buy more, and producers supply less. Markets, Wheelan argues, are powerful because they allow for decentralized decision-making and efficient allocation of resources, often better than any centralized authority could. Wheelan also discusses market failures, recognizing that markets do not always function perfectly. He explains situations where the market fails to deliver efficient outcomes, such as with public goods, externalities, and information asymmetries. For instance, pollution is a classic example of a negative externality, where the costs of production are not fully borne by producers but are instead passed on to society. In cases like these, markets may fail to allocate resources in a socially optimal way, requiring government intervention. Government intervention is another major theme in Naked Economics. While markets are generally efficient, there are times when the government must step in to correct market failures. Wheelan delves into the role of government in regulating industries, providing public goods, and managing externalities. He discusses how government policies can influence economic behavior through taxation, subsidies, and regulations. For example, taxing activities that create negative externalities, like pollution, can help to internalize those costs and encourage more responsible behavior. While Wheelan acknowledges that government intervention can be beneficial, he also highlights the risks of overregulation and the dangers of political corruption, emphasizing that the government must tread carefully to avoid unintended consequences. In discussing the role of government, Wheelan introduces the idea of economic growth and why it matters. Economic growth is essential for improving living standards, reducing poverty, and creating opportunities for individuals. Wheelan explains that long-term economic growth is driven by factors like technological progress, investment in human capital, education and skills, and institutional quality. He emphasizes that sustained growth is not guaranteed and can be fragile, subject to political instability, poor governance, and other factors that can inhibit progress. The book suggests that policies aimed at fostering innovation, improving education, and ensuring good governance are crucial for long-term prosperity. The concept of incentives takes center stage in understanding human behavior in the economy. Wheelan explains how incentives shape the decisions of individuals and organizations, and how small changes in incentives can lead to significant shifts in behavior. He uses the example of the invisible hand from Adam Smith, showing how self-interested individuals can, through market interactions, contribute to the overall welfare of society. However, he also discusses how bad incentives, such as those created by government subsidies or corporate bailouts, can lead to inefficiency and waste. In this context, Wheelan emphasizes the importance of creating the right incentives to encourage productive behavior, whether through market competition or regulatory frameworks. Another important aspect Wheelan explores is income inequality. He examines the growing divide between the rich and the poor in many parts of the world, discussing the economic and social implications of this trend. Wheelan argues that inequality is not inherently bad, as long as there is upward mobility in the ability for individuals to improve their circumstances through hard work, education, and innovation. However, he also acknowledges that extreme inequality can undermine social cohesion and economic stability. Policies that encourage equal opportunities, rather than simply equal outcomes, are essential for addressing these issues. Education and human capital are crucial components of economic development, and Wheelan spends a significant amount of time discussing the role of education in shaping the economy. He explains that investing in education not only improves individual outcomes but also contributes to overall economic growth. In particular, education plays a vital role in equipping individuals with the skills needed for an increasingly complex global economy. Wheelan also discusses the challenges that arise from the mismatch between education systems and the needs of the job market, suggesting that reforms are necessary to improve the alignment between what is taught and what employers require. In addition to human capital, Wheelan covers the importance of innovation and technology in driving economic progress. Technological advancements have historically been the key driver of economic growth, from the Industrial Revolution to the Information Age. Wheelan explains how technological innovation leads to increased productivity, the creation of new industries, and the improvement of living standards. However, he also discusses the potential downsides of technological change, such as job displacement and the concentration of economic power in the hands of a few technology giants. The challenge for policymakers is to ensure that the benefits of innovation are widely shared while managing its disruptive effects. International trade is another critical aspect of the global economy, and Wheelan provides a clear explanation of the benefits of trade and the principles of comparative advantage. He shows how countries can benefit from specialization and exchange by focusing on producing goods and services in which they have a relative advantage. Trade allows countries to access a wider variety of goods at lower prices, and it encourages competition, which can lead to higher efficiency and innovation. Wheelan also addresses the criticisms of globalization, including the loss of jobs in certain industries and the environmental impact of international trade, and suggests that these issues need to be addressed through thoughtful policies that ensure trade is fair and sustainable. Wheelan discusses the importance of understanding financial markets, pointing out that the financial system plays a critical role in the functioning of the economy. He explains the basics of how financial markets work, how they allocate capital, and how they allow for risk sharing. The book also covers the role of central banks in managing the money supply and setting interest rates, as well as the challenges that arise in maintaining financial stability. In this context, Wheelan discusses the causes of financial crises, the role of speculation, and the need for effective regulation to prevent future crashes. Finally, Naked Economics offers a comprehensive view of the global economy and the challenges it faces. Wheelan explores the connections between national economies, international organizations, and the global financial system, showing how events in one part of the world can have ripple effects across the globe. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the interconnectedness of the world economy and the need for global cooperation to address issues like climate change, poverty, and economic inequality. In conclusion, Naked Economics, Undressing the Dismal Science offers an accessible and engaging introduction to economics. By focusing on key concepts such as incentives, markets, government intervention, and global trade, Wheelan helps readers understand the essential principles that drive the world's economies. Through real-world examples and clear explanations, he demonstrates how economics affects all aspects of life, from individual decision-making to global policy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this summary, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful book summaries and discussions on economics. See you in the next video.